Some battles are won by never being fought. In the Amazon rainforest, there's a tiny frog, bright yellow, barely an inch long. It looks defenseless, but its skin secretes a toxin so deadly that one frog can kill 10 grown men. Predators learned quickly. Don't touch the poison dart frog. The cost is too high. Christian Brose sat in his Senate office in 2017, staring at maps of Taiwan, when this analogy hit him like lightning. What if we made Taiwan into a poison frog? Not strong enough to defeat China, but deadly enough that invading becomes suicidal? He drafted a 40-page proposal titled Asymmetric Defense: Architecture for Taiwan. He presented it to the Pentagon, the State Department, and the White House. Their response: interesting, but it would require completely restructuring our Pacific strategy. Not feasible. Brose's reaction: so we'd rather lose than change. That's when he realized the greatest threat to American security wasn't China's missiles. It was America's bureaucracy. The poison frog strategy. Make invasion. Impossible, not defensible. Traditional military thinking says, build a big wall, station troops, prepare for a stand-up fight. Brose's thinking, forget the wall. Fill the island with so many cheap, lethal weapons that China drowns in blood before reaching Taipei. The core concept: don't try to match China's military. Impossible. They have 2 million troops versus Taiwan's 180,000. Do make every mile of beach, every city block, every harbor a killing zone for Chinese invaders. How? Thousands of small, mobile, autonomous weapons that can't be destroyed by hypersonic missiles because you can't target what you can't find. The weapons revolution: drones, mines, and swarms. Brose's proposal wasn't theoretical. He based it on emerging technologies that already exist, but the Pentagon refuses to buy them because they threaten existing weapons programs. 1. Kamikaze drones, loitering munitions. What they are: small drones that fly over the battlefield for hours, waiting for a target. When they find one, they dive bomb and explode. Cost: $50,000 per drone. What they can destroy: tanks, $5 million. Artillery, $2 million. Landing craft, $50 million. Example in action: Armenia-Azerbaijan War, 2020. Azerbaijan used Turkish-made kamikaze drones, destroyed 200-plus Armenian tanks in 6 weeks. Azerbaijan won decisively, despite being outnumbered. Application to Taiwan: deploy 10,000 kamikaze drones across the island, $500 million total. Chinese landing ships approaching beaches equals easy targets. Each drone costs 0.1% of what it destroys. Pentagon's objection: but drones can be jammed or shot down. Brose's response: fine, lose 5,000 drones. You still have 5,000 left. And China loses 500 landing ships. Who wins? 2. Smart naval mines, autonomous underwater weapons. What they are: underwater drones that sit on the ocean floor, listening. When they detect a Chinese warship, they swim toward it and detonate. Cost: $100,000 per mine. What they can destroy: destroyers, $1.8 billion. Amphibious assault ships, $3 billion. Application to Taiwan: seed the Taiwan Strait with 5,000 smart mines, $500 million total. Chinese invasion fleet equals 1,000-plus ships crossing a 100-mile strait. Mines activate when ships pass overhead. Result: China loses 30 to 50% of invasion fleet before reaching shore. Pentagon's objection: international law prohibits indiscriminate mining. Brose's response: these aren't dumb mines. They're autonomous weapons that distinguish military from civilian ships. Legal gray area: But war isn't a courtroom. 3. AI swarm tactics, overwhelming numbers. What it is: 1,000 plus small drones operating as a coordinated swarm, like a school of fish or flock of birds. How it works: each drone has basic AI, no human operator needed. Swarm communicates via mesh network, can't be jammed. If 10% survive, swarm still functions. Target: Chinese ships, aircraft, command centers. Cost: $20,000 per drone times 10,000 drones equals $200 million. What it can destroy: everything. Because you can't shoot down 10,000 drones with missiles that cost $3 million each. Example: U.S. military tested swarm of 103 drones in 2017, launched from fighter jets. Swarm autonomously selected targets, coordinated attacks. Result: emergent behavior. Swarm acted smarter than any individual drone application to Taiwan. Launch swarms from hidden locations across island target. Chinese radar systems, communication towers, command posts. Chinese defenses overwhelmed. Shoot down 100, 900 still coming. Pentagon's objection: AI weapons are unethical. They kill without human oversight. Brose's response: China doesn't care about ethics. They're building AI weapons right now. We can debate morality while they win, or we can win and debate later. The math that terrifies Beijing. Attrition warfare. Here's the calculation that makes China's generals nervous. China's invasion requirements: land 100,000 troops in first wave requires 1,000 plus ships, landing craft, supply vessels, escorts. Timeline: 48 hours to secure beachhead Taiwan's poison frog defense. 10,000 kamikaze drones. X 30% success rate equals 3,000 hits on landing ships. 5,000 smart mines. X 5% hit rate equals 250 ships. Sunk AI swarm attacks on escorts equals 100 plus ships. Damaged. Result: China loses 30 to 40% of invasion fleet before troops even reach shore. For China, this means 30,000 to 40,000 troops dead in first 48 hours. Massive loss of face. Xi Jinping's political survival depends on quick victory. War drags on for months. Economic collapse. China imports 80% of oil through sea lanes U.S. Navy can blockade. Brose's conclusion: if Taiwan adopts this strategy, China might decide invasion isn't worth it. And that's victory, because the best war is the one never fought. Why the Pentagon rejected this strategy. The uncomfortable truth. In 2018, Brose presented his proposal to the Pentagon's Strategic Capabilities Office. The briefing lasted 2 hours. Generals asked tough questions. Analysts ran simulations. Final verdict: promising concept, but not compatible with current force structure. Translation: this would require canceling programs we've already committed to. The real reason: follow the money current Pentagon budget priorities. Aircraft carriers, $13 billion each, new Ford class. F-35 fighters, $80 million each, 1,900 plus planned. Nuclear submarines, $3 billion each. Brose's proposal budget: kamikaze drones, $500 million, 10,000 units. Smart mines, $500 million, 5,000 units. AI swarms, $200 million, 10,000 drones. Total, $1.2 billion, cost of 1/10 of one carrier. The problem: if Pentagon admits $1.2 billion in drones is more effective than $13 billion carrier, then why build more carriers? Answer: because shipyards in Virginia employ 20,000 workers. Xing congressional votes. Why buy more F-35s? Answer: because Lockheed Martin employs 30,000 plus people across 46 states. The system isn't designed to win wars efficiently. It's designed to spread money across congressional districts. The bureaucratic immune system. Brose discovered that the Pentagon has an immune system. It attacks anything that threatens the status quo. Example 1. The Valley of Death. A new technology is tested. Drones work great. But to mass produce, you need Pentagon acquisition approval. Process takes 5 to 10 years, requires 47 different offices to sign off. By the time it's approved, technology is obsolete. Example 2. The requirements. Trap Pentagon says, we need drones that can fly 1,000 miles, carry 500 pounds, operate in all weather. Engineers say, that's impossible with current battery tech, but we can build drones that do 80% of that. Pentagon says, doesn't meet requirements. Rejected. Result, perfect becomes enemy of good enough. Example 3. The revolving door general retires from Pentagon, hired by Lockheed Martin. Salary, $500,000 per year. Lobbies former colleagues to buy more F-35s repeat cycle. Brose's diagnosis, the system isn't corrupt in the traditional sense. Nobody's taking bribes, but the incentives are all wrong. Career advancement comes from managing big programs, not from questioning whether those programs work. Taiwan's dilemma, America won't help, China won't wait. Meanwhile, Taiwan faces its own nightmare. America won't provide the weapons they need. What Taiwan wants to buy. From Brose's proposal, 10,000 kamikaze drones, 5,000 smart mines, mobile missile launchers, cyber warfare capabilities. What America actually sells them, 66 F-16 fighters, $8 billion, 108M, 1 Abrams tanks, $2 billion, 4 Perry-class frigates built in the 1970s. The problem, F-16 and tanks are offensive weapons, great for invading someone else, useless for defending against a Chinese amphibious assault. Brose's frustration, we're selling Taiwan the weapons we want to build, not the weapons they need to survive. China's timeline. The 2027 deadline. U.S. intelligence believes China will invade Taiwan between 2025 and 2030. Why? Reason 1. Xi's age. Xi Jinping is 71 as of 2024. He wants Taiwan reunified during his lifetime. Legacy. After 2030, he'll be too old to lead a war. Reason 2. China's military peak. China's military modernization peaks around 2027 to 2029. After 2030, demographics hurt them. Aging population, shrinking workforce. Reason 3. Window of opportunity. America is distracted. Middle East, domestic politics. Taiwan's defense preparations are years behind. If China waits too long, Taiwan might become a poison frog. Brose's warning. The clock isn't theoretical anymore. We have 3 to 5 years to prepare Taiwan. If we don't, the simulation becomes reality.